What's up, everybody? I'm Duncan Deep, and I apologize for the lack of face cam. It's very late at night, and I just finished streaming, and I didn't really fancy setting my camera up. This is my theory video and trailer breakdown analysis all in one for Gen 7. Now, first thing I need to say is yes, Pokemon Sun and Moon are confirmed. I didn't want to make a video until they were. I am so excited. I need new mons for free-for-alls, I need new mons for roulettes, and I need new mons for single battles. I am so excited. But I would like to confirm for all the people who still think that this might be Gen 6 or might be Gen 6.5, we have absolute confirmation that it is not. This is a Gen 7 game. On your screen right now, you can see a screenshot where it says a new world, that's a new region, with new Pokemon and new adventures. So a brand new region, that's the first check for a new generation. And it also says the only way to transfer Pokemon from Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, X and Y is via Pokemon Bank. So a convoluted system to trade across. There you go. It is confirmed absolutely, without doubt, Gen 7. This is not Gen 6.5. Unfortunately, it looks like Zygarde has been left behind. And now let's break down the small amount of information that we were lucky to get in this trailer. For those people complaining that we didn't get enough information, you are entitled. It's as simple as that. You are entitled if you think we didn't get enough information, because we got plenty. So the first thing we've got is all of these trucks. First of all, there's a pickup truck with Machamp riding in the back looking like a baller, and that's pretty cool. And then there's the best thing in this whole reveal, the badass fire truck with a Blastoise on the back. How cool is that? It's a Blastoise fire truck. I love little touches like this in Pokemon games. I really hope this actually appears in the game and you get to see it. I think that's awesome. A fire truck with a Blastoise on the back, it makes sense in a Pokemon universe. And finally, a Pokemon ambulance, which I think is very strange in a Pokemon world to have an ambulance. You never really see people getting injured in the Pokemon world. So it's an interesting concept, and I do hope it plays into the story. Next, we actually got to see the bird Pokemon. I'm going to have to assume that this is the bird Pokemon from Route 1. You know, the standard, you've got a bird and you've got a rat, or something similar, Bidoof sometimes. But this is our bird Pokemon. It looks like a hummingbird by its wireframe, which is all we got. And we got a slight sneak peek at the colors, which allowed a lot of very, very talented artists who are far more talented than I am to make concept art based on what they think it could look like. And so we've got one here by @Zeradeus, which is sort of a drawing, and the other one is a sprite by @DoveKyle. Very talented artists. You should definitely go check them out. Their links will be in the description down below. And finally, we have the new Poké Center, which I love the design of it. The Poké Center design is really important in Pokemon. You're running in and out of them the whole way through the game. I spend 90% of every save file in the Poké Center while I look for Wi-Fi battles, because I'm a competitive battler more than a playthrough type guy. You've never seen a Nuzlocke on my channel, for example. So these new Poké Centers do look awesome, and I'm going to be spending most of my time inside of one of them. Now, that is all the information we got from the trailer, but there is other information that we can break down, because there's one more screenshot I didn't want to show you just yet until we got to this part of things. This last screenshot is a screenshot of a hotel. Next to that, we get to see two characters. I think it's very important to note that these characters do not look like the X, Y, and ORAS characters with the big chibi-style heads and small bodies. These look like the full-size player characters from the cutscenes in X and Y or in ORAS. So this is either a concept art for a cutscene, or we're finally going to get realistically proportioned characters in the overworld. I really hope it's the latter, but I believe it's probably the former. So there's one more thing to note, which is not part of a cutscene, before we move on to the theories on the region's location, or where the region is based off of. And that is that in the logos where the Megastones appeared back in X and Y, we now have these strange gemstones. I don't know what they mean. Nobody knows what they mean. I'm not even going to try and theorize as to what they mean. It would be absolutely pointless, but I'm looking forward to finding out. Right, on to the theories as to where this region is based off of. So the most common theory that I have been seeing, and I can't even attribute this to somebody, is that it is based off of Singapore. That is based on the fact that the big school, or what I theorize is a school, looks very, very similar to a hotel, and a famous hotel at that, in Singapore. Now, I actually doubt this. I think it would be very, very difficult to base a region off of Singapore, because Singapore, if you don't know, is an island city-state. That means the country of Singapore has one city, and that city is Singapore, and that is it. I've been to Singapore, I love it, I've seen the Merlion, it's a great place, but it is an island city-state, and I doubt that you could base an entire Pokemon region off of that. Although, this one area of the game may be based off of Singapore as a little nod to that fantastic country. You should visit if you can. The next theory I've seen, and probably the second most convincing, is that it is based on Spain. Now, the evidence behind this is that Masuda took a trip to Spain in 2013 and said publicly that he really liked Barcelona. Barcelona is on the coast, and Spain is a nation on the Mediterranean Sea. And on the flag for the Mediterranean, there is a seahorse. Now, if you noticed in the trailer, there is a big horsey motif on the fountain and also in the concept art on a flag. And that's very important that it was on a flag because, as I said, the flag of the Mediterranean is a seahorse, and that's because the Mediterranean Sea kind of looks like a seahorse. It's not a huge amount like a seahorse, but enough that they put it on the flag. The final, and I believe the most convincing theory, and only slightly edging out the Spain theory, is that it is based on Hawaii. The first reason for this is in the game X and Y, the tiki that everybody was blowing up about is a Hawaiian tiki. So that's, first of all, that's very Hawaiian. The second is that last year we got a hint, and the only hint was one word about the next Pokemon game, and that was flowers. Now, Hawaii, if you didn't know, is very well known for flowers. In fact, you get a flower garland when you visit Hawaii in films and in real life, apparently. I've never been personally. Finally, the code name for the game was Rainbow. Hawaii is the Rainbow State. That is a very, very important note. If the code name is Rainbow, it probably means something, and Hawaii being the Rainbow State could be a very, very good reason for that code name. There are a few smaller things, such as the sun and moon are very prevalent Hawaiian gods, or the island architecture style that a lot of the buildings have, including the Poké Center. And finally, apparently, riding in the back of a pickup truck is legal in Hawaii, and there is a Machamp in the back of a pickup truck in the artwork. Big shout out to Metagame Major for this theory. I really love it, and it is the most convincing to me. A final note is that Japan has actually got a very long history with Hawaii, and a lot of Japanese immigrants went to Hawaii, so that could be another reason for a Japanese company like Gamefreak to decide to set the region there. Honestly, guys, I know I've been very calm through this video. I've tried to give you guys the facts, but personally, I could not be more excited for Pokemon Sun and Moon. We need more Mons. We need a new competitive meta, and I cannot wait for these games to land. I will be back with more news as it comes out, but don't worry, I'm not going to be over flooding you with news of rumors or fakes. Until something is basically confirmed, I'm not going to drop it on you guys, because that's just not my style. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.